Welcome to another edition of X Feed here with Schillerverse, and right off the top, we're talking about scams, a couple different ones. We try to mention every single show here. You got to be super careful. Buttons, unfortunately, was a victim here. I'm an idiot and got my hot wallet drained after clicking a bad Frame airdrop link. Be careful, y'all. We'll talk about Frame here in just a little bit. And then there was another one from Ping You, who I also follow. This was a couple days ago. But just lost all my Prime due to connecting to a scammy site. Stay safe, y'all. Hope I'll get back to be a Prime holder one day. Don't do anything when you're tired. Please and thank you. Here's Mike Alfred. Probably a good guy. There are a confluence of reasons why that I won't get into now. Okay, dude. But it appears the next major Bitcoin uptrend, which will carry us into year end, should start at some point tonight or tomorrow. Fasten your safety belts, please. Time for takeoff. There is your FOMO tweet of the day. News coming out of Epic Games here appears to have updated their terms around ESRB ratings for Web3 games. Epic Games made store changes to specifically cater to Web3 games that only receive an AO rating due to the blockchain tech. It's a W. We still need to push on the ESRB for updated categories and ratings for larger scale distribution, but this is still a W. The Epic Games Store makes an exception for products in cases where an AO rating was applied solely due to the usage of blockchain. I think AO just means adult only, or NFT technology. However, these products must comply with their blockchain technology guidelines and the following guidelines below. So this is kind of neat. We are getting progression, if you will. We talked about Sugartown just a little bit. One of the other shows, I clicked on the site and I'm geo-blocked here in Canada, so can't touch it. But Orangey in the States here said, absolutely insane that no one is talking about this. Sugartown has given away 134 auras so far. That's 150K in prize pool, and they're giving away another 75. $80,000 plus prize pool. I'm sorry, their newest game has me so hooked. So I think most of these, and I'm speaking from a place of ignorance, because I haven't looked into it majoritely, but like, I mean, for some of these top of the leaderboards, I'm pretty sure it's probably just like the people that are at the top. So I'm interested. The reason why I'm bringing this up is I'm interested to see for stuff that is like hyper competitive, where there is that, how much do you get of kind of the average Joe going to that versus people that are just really wanting to go after those prizes. Now, you get into a realm where people are, you know, potentially going to stream it in the case of Orangey here, and then it could get players from that. But what's the alpha, right? Is it creating a game that has blockchain technology that's fun, or ones that have these massive prize pools? We'll kind of see. So Disney Pinnacle is a new thing from Flow. Chase, collect, and trade digital pins from your favorite Disney, Pixar, and Star Wars characters. All right, so it's finally here. They have the early access closed release launching, except for the fact that they forgot to put in a website. Is this amateur hour, ladies and gentlemen? What in the halibut? We have found that Celsius has sold $243 million worth of ETH over the past 30 days. This selling activity has happened despite their initial plan to redistribute those assets in kind, meaning they should not be liquidated for cash. They still have $3.94 billion in digital assets remaining, with 84% of that in BTC and ETH. So just crazy amounts of money here sitting in Celsius. We'll see what the market implications have for this. I've read some of the comments, and a lot of people are like, why are they selling this at the beginning of the bull run? If people that are creditors or whatever are supposed to be getting this, what the hell is going on? But we'll see what these big players have in store for us. Now is given a little bit of an eyeball here for Metalcore, because they are proud to announce its three-way partnership with Horizon Labs Ventures, which yesterday Overworld announced that they are launching a token with Horizon Labs as well. The leading token advisory firm behind ApeCoin and Immutable. With their support and expertise, Metalcore aims to reach millions of players. We're gearing up for Q1, no pun intended. So it does feel like we're going to be coming into a space here where we do have kind of monopolies over certain things. And it seems that for most of these token launches, Horizon Labs has been a part of it. I was talking with somebody earlier today, and I didn't care about it, but they were very vocal and like, man, I just hate seeing Animoca brands plastered over everything. Curious to see if that's kind of the sentiment around Horizon Labs, or if people take that as a pump signal of, okay, if Horizon's involved, then we want to get on this. Post here from Maddie. DCL blogger, in other news, Lamborghini just sold 3 Roblox items for 1.5 million Robux, which is just under 19,000. Buyers get a trip to the Lamborghini HQ in Italy. The whole NFT thing is happening in Roblox right now. Usually I'd be screaming, why not Web3? But with the industry plagued with hacks, I don't know. And I mean, again, that's a fair point. Do we have a decentralized future, a centralized one, or a little bit of both? And probably a little bit of both. And that is because shit like this happens. I don't know. Twitter, X never feels safe. It never feels safe. And that's why I always try to preach at the beginning of these about the scam. So, the founder of Artblocks, Snowfro, here says, there is suspicious activity happening with the Artblocks Twitter account. Do not click on anything until we investigate further. In which the hacked Artblocks account responds, Eric, who we just saw, is currently hacked and is trying to FUD our anniversary collection. Ignore everything coming from his account and only trust tweets coming from this account. Hurry and claim your anniversary piece as only 100 remain. What the hell? Okay, I haven't listened to this, but apparently this is a juicer. Co-sponsor of Elizabeth Warren's Bitcoin ban bill admits the bankers helped Warren write the bill. All right, what do we got?
Senator Warren and I have authored the Digital Asset Anti-Money Laundering Act that represents a step in the right direction. Again, I think that this is a light touch. The first thing we did is we went to the American Bank Association and said, help us craft this. And I don't know if you saw Senator Warren's hearing with Jamie Dimon yesterday, but Mr. Dimon said basically, in his opinion, crypto was only a tool for criminals. And I think, again, it's that light touch by the federal government as opposed to a heavy touch as well. That's about all I know about crypto.
What?
Senator Warren,
how do you end that? How do you say we went to the banks, which half the banks block this stuff, and then say I don't know anything about crypto? Fraudulent, horrible. It's literally comedy. It's literally comedy. Okay Bears, this was a collection that got bought but was super hyped up before. There's a lot going on about Solana, but Okay Bears was one of those collections. I saw on the timeline today that they have a kind of world that's going out, but it looks like this is in Fortnite. So we are seeing more and more trends where these collections are going, and they are trying to create something on Fortnite or Roblox, which we'll get to in a minute. So very curious to see how these Web3 brands trying to build and these other massive conglomerate giants do. And again, if you've ever played some of these side Fortnite games, I think it's pretty hard to get like a genuine audience of people that are going to play those specific modes. Some ones have a lot of players on them, but for some of the stuff, I'm just not entirely sure. So we opened earlier with Mike talking, not this Mike, different Mike. Wait, this guy's Mike. Yeah, his name's Michael. The Mike from earlier, where they were saying that the Bitcoin movement is starting tonight and or tomorrow. So let's see what Mike Novogratz has to say.
Listen, the Fed's pivot is really important. That press conference was as dovish as anybody expected, and the markets are behaving that way. You look at fixed income markets, equity markets; they all are now trading a Fed pivot. And is it March, January? Or do they wait till the April meeting? We'll see. We'll see what their narrative is. We'll see what the inflation data is. But this is all based on inflation coming down, and it's not based on growth collapsing. And so they shifted to a more inflation-focused Fed, which gives them the room to cut rates. I think crypto likes it. We're going to get this ETF before January 10th. That's
nice.
Kind of the drop dead date that Gensler has before he gets in trouble with Grayscale and the lawsuit. And so I think you're going to see this, announced. It won't start trading then, right? That probably takes 6 to 8 weeks after that. But
January 10th, the deadline, eh? That's a little spicy. So careful with the frame claim. While clicking through, a pop-up showed me the amount of royalties I paid for NFTs, and I instantly vomited. And people wonder why NFT founders have struggled when royalties went away. So for Frame here, the network for creators and collectors testnet is live. It's time to enter the next chapter of NFTs together. Today we're announcing, 1, our initial fundraise led by Electra Capital and community members. 2, the initial drop of Frame, available to anyone who's traded an NFT on ETH the last 2 years. So This is backed by a lot of people that have a very good reputation within the space. Virtually everybody's claimed it. It's more of you have to like follow their Twitter. You have to tweet about it, and then they'll say, hey, you can claim this in 40 days. Make sure that you're going on the official account here. Don't click any of the comments. Typically, myself, I find that I go and I just go to the linked website whenever I'm trying to find something, even if I know what it is. If I don't have it bookmarked, I usually go on here and go with that route. So again, just make sure that you are going from the official links, but that is safe if you're wanting to participate in that. So Phantom Wallet, you might be familiar with MetaMask, but Phantom is another wallet out there, and they put out a teaser, according to DGen News here, which is another great follow that I like having. The Bitcoin might be within their wallet, so that would be spicy if that is the case. All right, a little bit of PTSD for some of you maybe, but this is a quick little look at Cool Cat's all-time high prices. $200,000 US, almost, for one of the rarest back when ETH was way higher and Cool Cats rocketed. Again, if you don't know, Cool Cats actually cut the mint price. I'm pretty sure they were selling for like 0.02 or 0.03. But super low because they didn't think they were going to sell out. And to see that at a point, the least rare cat was going for $50,000, insane. But also, remember, everybody's funding NFTs. Well, every NFT seems to be launching a token of some sort, and NFTs might end up being the alpha. Kush here bringing up an interesting thing for Solana phones, the ultimate utility for real. They got another $259 airdrop from Access Protocol. If you know who Bill Noble is, he's another YouTuber. He's got way bigger following than me, posts videos every day on X and Twitter, but he was talking about how there's an ETH phone and how there can be a Bitcoin phone and all this stuff like actually is like a legit thing, maybe not into the public's eye, but this, I mean, how do you take down the Apple monopoly? Well, just keep giving some of the good stuff. Okay, so yesterday we were highlighting about how this guy was highlighting garbage and ZachXBT ripped into them, and there was a weird post about them doing like a leverage long that it didn't make any sense how it worked. But anyway, today they are shilling grapes, and we've done some videos on grapes if you want to look in the past. But they had a post today where they are now live on Roblox. So we saw earlier OK Bear is doing the Fortnite build, and now we have Grapes here doing a build that is in Roblox. Now, I've never actually played Roblox, to be honest with you, but this is interesting. Again, just seeing the constant Web3 stair step into some of these mass platforms. Now, DaVinci Threads. If you like info, cool threads, this is the guy. I do find it amusing when people say, back with a bang, LOL, I never left. My content just wasn't getting visibilities for months, and agree. He did an entire thread about Beeple for the 2023 review. I guess one of the events, they had a bunch of Beeples beating up Beeple. The likelihood of finding several individuals looking exactly the same as you in a certain area is crazy, but it is what it is. And if you're wanting to check out DaVinci, highly recommended. I do have an extremely old video from like a year ago with him where we talked about things and some Kevin Rose incidents that occurred. So a little bit of FUD here. We're all buying each other's bags and retail isn't even here yet. There was zero liquidity for 2 years and suddenly we have enough to swap from ETH to SOL to AVAX. WTF is wrong with us. Now, I don't know if you want to look at that as FUD, but it's kind of like, to me, a realization of like, yeah, what the hell's changed that everybody's suddenly going out and buying all these tokens, getting in all these things. My entire timeline is literally just people shilling various meme coins with no utility. And I'm like, all right, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Gods and Goblins latest release from Futureverse. I posted a video on this yesterday, so if you love me, you will go and watch that video because it doesn't have a whole lot of views, and I thought it was really cool. I tried to make a little bit of a promo video. If you have any games out there that you're working on and you're like, yo, Schiller makes some good promo videos, feel free to reach out for that. But it's a stream-to-play game where you kind of just get a goblin, you let it battle in an arena, and then you get these junk tokens for. It's kind of a take on like AI fighting in a way, but there's not really like a whole lot of depth to it yet. I think that it's something that could be grown upon a lot more. But very interesting to see another release here from Futureverse. And speaking of releases here, Nifty Island launches on January 17th, a play to airdrop campaign like no other. So you'll see a ton of different Web3 collections within this trailer. And I think it's just interesting. I feel like we haven't seen too many things that have incorporated all the IPs and all the collections. Obviously, Other Side is supposed to have a whole bunch of them being integrated, but it's been extraordinarily quiet on the Other Side front. So I'm just curious if, we get an announcement for that. But if you own these different collections, Cyberkongs, Pudgy Penguins, Forgotten Runes, Wizards Called, a whole bunch of stuff. And just wanted to highlight that super quick. Zagabon, the founder of Azuki, announced that Chiro Labs is building out an eternal game team for Azuki, as all great IPs in the future must have some gaming presence in order to tell better stories. So this kind of brings me back to the aspect that we are seeing everybody trying to go within the gaming sector. Are they capable of it? Is it going to be anything that's kind of soon? Yesterday, we highlighted somebody that was fudding the hell out of Azuki, saying it's been super disappointing. And this is where I kind of say, hey, there's a lot of projects and collections out there that have been, I should say just companies because that's the correct term, but there's a lot of companies out there that have been building things for a while, and they're producing products, and it's out there, it's getting iterated on, and it's going to be relatively, I think, kind of fast paced for some of these teams that have. But at the same time, if you joined the space 2 years ago or whatever, you got into a lot of these things that we're talking about getting games. We are just getting the beta versions of almost all of them now. So again, just, kind of be aware of that. If you happen to like going to different NFT or Web3 events, I thought I'd throw this in here. I've gone to NFT NYC. I've gone to Futurist Blockchain in Toronto. They're okay. Again, if they're not super expensive, some of the side events are pretty good, but this guy's got, 477 likes, almost 100,000 views on this. So yeah, maybe this is a good list if you are interested in going out to any of the events. And Friendtech, holy hell. So Friendtech was a thing that went nuts a while ago. I even made a video about how I made a Friendtech account, and then I was like, this feels weird because I'm like trying to tell people that I'll give alpha or do this, and it didn't really make any sense to me. The people that were all about Friendtech before, try to go check up on some of the profiles, and they just aren't talking about it anymore whatsoever. But, with all these trends, realize that things have super high highs and then incredibly low lows. But that's it for this edition of XFeed. Appreciate you guys as always, and I will catch you tomorrow.